guys, there.
This Tim?
Glenda?
We are D&E Miniature and Board Games. And we just got done finishing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shadows of the Past, the Works Edition. Just recently got delivered from Kickstarter. I don't even think everybody's even got the works yet. And then they're going to go ahead and send out the actual base game after that. So we played 2 battles.
We followed the book.
The clan 1-1, the turtles 1-1, even though I was able to knock one out.
Yeah, that was sad.
So we're going to go ahead and do our normal review. Now for those of you who are not familiar with our reviews, we always find we need to explain them. We score on a 1 to 5 score. 1 being the worst thing we've ever seen in our lives. 5 being the greatest thing since sliced bread. 3 is average. 3 does not mean it's bad. It does not mean it's good. It means it's supposed to be exactly what it is. Just
Nothing
average. No splice and dicing. So, we always start out and we have 5 categories: graphics, rule book, components, replayability, and fun. Tim, we always start out with you with graphics because that is one of your key points of saying, looking at a game and going, you know, I want to play this.
You know, I'm going to defer to Glenda on this one because she's had nothing but glowing comments. So, Glenda, tell us what your
Artwork and stuff?
score is
Yep,
for
artwork
the
and
artwork and
graphics.
graphics.
Okay. Well, I gave it a 5. I think it's perfect. For this game...
Really?
I mean, how can you say anything bad about this? I mean, ridiculously good, detailed, colors, love it. I don't know, I love it. I love the graphic. Just the colors alone, it's a 5.
Tim.
Alright, so I regret deferring to Glenda after that. But it's a comic book company
That's what.
that is put out this game. Eric got lithos with it. You can see that in the unboxing. Those are fantabulous. Every one of the books, the scenario booklets, the battle booklets, they have beautiful artwork. These guys took their #1 talent and put it onto this game, which is the visual dynamic. To really, even if you're just a casual Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, you know, even if you're from back in the 90s with the cartoons and the original movies, the artwork alone on the box it catches your eye right away. So 5 all the way on artworks and graphic.
I gotta concur with everybody. One of the first things I noticed was the lithographs that came in the box when we did the unboxing. And then we start going into the rule books and the scenario books, and all of them have the comic book feel, a lot of comic-y look to them. Even the smell of the rule book was like a brand new comic book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hardcore
But-
gamer.
You know, just for example, that's the cover of the rule book. A very comic looking, a lot of artistic talent put into it. And that artistic talent flows into not only the character cards, but also the action cards. Even I think the terrain cards had a little bit, you know. But I gave it a 5. I was extremely impressed with the artworks and graphics. Artfix.
There you go.
We're calling it Artfix from now on, folks.
The art fix and graph.
Straightforward.
So I'm gonna roll in the rule book. I will not say that the rule book was the worst thing in the world. I will not say it was the greatest, which is why I had to give it a 3. It went straight through. It told us what we had to know. We had to look up a few things again, and it's pretty straightforward. There's no It's nothing really grand, but it's nothing bad. It's just basic, so I gave it a 3. Glenda?
Me? Okay.
Me?
The rule book, I was able to glance through it and I gave it a 4. It's simple. Every gamer who wants to know how to play this game, it was laid out like a bullet point. That's how I look at it. Do this, do that, do this. It's simple. And again, I think we're not game curious anymore, like we said. We're kind of more on.
We're just game now.
We're game now.
Do we have to change the shirts?
We might have to.
So I
To
think
just game?
We're
the
just
rule
game.
book did really good. I mean, we don't have cue cards. Just look at the rule book, and you see what you need to do. It's right there. So I give it a 4.
Tim?
I can echo both of y'all. The rule book, because it is laid out well, deserves high marks. But in my overall experience in playing all these games over the past year, honestly, this is what a rule book is supposed to do. It tells you how to move, tells you how to attack, tells you how to defend. It rolls through in a way that even novice gamers can pick it up and play right away. I gave it a 3 not because, like Eric said, not because it was in any way bad, but that is what a rule book is supposed to do.
Components. Now, when we talk components, we're talking the figures, the boards, the cards, the dice even. There was a lot of work put in. There was a lot of detail in the figures, especially with the works set, with the turtles you got with the works, which is what we used when we did the playthrough. But even when you get into the Master Shredder, Bebop, all of them, the map tiles, they're nice. I really liked them. And the cards, good card stock. Yeah, I'm gonna end up sleeving them because I think we're gonna play this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And even the dice, I was pretty happy with the dice. There's no, they're filled in nice. It's not like you're missing colors on any of them. And with every turtle has a different set of colored dice. So I mean, that worked well.
Mm-hmm.
I gave components 5. I was extremely pleased with what I saw. Glenda.
The most generous one. Okay. I gave it a 5. Again, all the components, the dice alone, they're so inviting. Colorful, used right, for the game. The figures are awesome. There's, like I told Tim, I think because you're going to be using them so much that they really thought about the figures that it has to be as good as it is. Detailed, and you can paint it and it's sturdy. So all of it, they're 5.
Tim?
I gave it a 4. The figures are good. The dice, I love them. Cards are real nice. I thought the map tiles, they're kind of basic for me, but it's not. Once again, 4 is still above average. So the components that come with it are good, easy to read, easy to understand, and all of it goes to one of the other categories that we have, which is fun, but we're going, I believe, to replayability at this point. And for me, replayability is going to be at 4. I think the scenarios as we progress are going to be very fun. I do see it being a hard deal to try and make your own scenario because of the spawning rules that they have and some of the characters. I mean, it would be beastly to try and set up your own scenario. So I think the replayability, unless there are other scenarios in the works,
Didn't work.
In the works.
I think that replayability, while it's going to be high, because you know multiple outcomes for everything, I still think it's a 4. It's where it needs to be. Hater.
Your turn.
So, my thought of replayability, I gave it a 4. I agree with the fact that I think it's going to be difficult to make your own scenarios, but I think it's doable. With experience of playing the game,
Anything's
anything's doable. Yeah. Where I think replayability is hurt, and why I didn't give it a 5. Now I know that they are going to bring out more scenarios. I believe they're supposed to be putting some in some of the comics. But what I think is going to hurt replayability with this, especially if you want to make your own scenarios, is the fact that you have 6 game tiles. And yeah, they're double-sided, so that gives you 12, but you still have 6 tiles you can use. Not to throw out another company, but I kind of have to because it explains it better. If you go with Zombicide, Cool Mini or Not, which
Overrated.
we play a lot of, but there is a great amount of game tiles for that where replayability, because of that single thing, throws out there. But I still think it's still higher than average because it's like with the Foot Clan. You're not really sure what cards you're gonna get because you're shuffling them up all the time.
And you don't know if you can survive certain
It's
movements.
the rolls and
Yeah, okay, so jumping off a building may not have been the best idea at that time. But I also think too, just because it says you have to use the 4 turtles doesn't mean that you can't drop 2 turtles and take Splinter in April. Or Casey Jones or something. I think that you can put your own twists on some of these scenarios, which it still takes it higher than average. I just didn't take it all the way to the 5 because I think that 6 tiles limit you to what you can do. Glenda.
I gave it a 4. Actually, based on what you said, I think that's why I gave it a 4. Nothing else to explain.
Did he steal
But
your
you know
answer?
what? But you know what? In fairness, because you compared it to the zombie side, you know.
I just compared
I
the
know,
tiles.
the tile. But I think in fairness, for the kind of game we have on this one, it's just fair enough that you don't have that massive, you know,
the
tiles that
the
for this
the
game.
biggest difference is you can see this through our playthrough and everything like that. You've got a grid system going on,
Well-
so movement is limited.
It is.
Whereas in Zombicide, the grids are so large. The grids are so large that movement is easy.
As far as movements, you're talking about movements. But as far as scenarios are concerned, like you said, maybe you can change but if you follow the book,
The biggest thing is, though, I think all of us agree on it, is it's got good replayability, but the more that they may put out in a second season or extra stuff is only going to make it go
better.
It's
Possible.
Of course, the second season expands the universe.
Correct.
So I mean,
we agreed to that.
that's all they can do is make it better.
But this was all they put in, and
and good lord,
it was a lot.
yeah, it's a month of Sundays to try and get through everything that we got.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I did like how the 2 scenarios we played, they're fast. It's not.
Well,
And that adds that.
well, that's because we're not game curious
replayability.
any longer. It's because we're game.
We're game now.
All right. We're game.
No, we're game.
All right. So fun.
Okay.
I gotta tell you, if you haven't watched the playthroughs, I played the Foot Clan.
Oh, you had
And
fun with it.
I did. It's fun because you don't know what you're going to be able to do until those cards drop out in front of you. You get a choice of 5 cards, and the more characters you have on board, the more kind of screwed you can be with the cards. Because like that second round, I had to get the Foot Clan Elite off, and for almost the entire round, I didn't even get one of his cards. So he's just standing there getting beat up by the turtles. But I gave it a 5 because I had a blast. Even the first game when I just ran 3 guys off the board like in two turns. Mm-hmm. But it was still fun, and it was fun trying to see, the turtles take so much damage, but it was so much fun sitting there having to beat up on Michelangelo with like everybody on the board to take him down.
Eat my pizza?
But I had a blast. So I gave it a 5 in fun.
Linda?
I gave it a 4. I had fun. I really did. I liked the whole concept of it. I had fun. But it's not a 5 for me. There is like, while you're playing, there's like some it that's not there. So that it's is missing. It's the 1 point. So it's 4.
Just doesn't have
that. Yeah. So, but it's fun. It's a 4. It's fun.
5. This is definitely
Fun boy.
I think the difference in this game versus a lot of the other games that we've played is the fact that you do have one person controlling the enemy, and I think that adds a good
and you so want to play the bad guys, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh, you're a turtle.
Actually,
you're a turtle through and through.
Yeah, I like being a turtle.
See, I always liked the Foot Clan, so I enjoyed playing them.
I'm a reptile groupie, I guess.
You're a reptile.
But
you're a reptilian.
Well, and hey, it follows suit. Remember, you're a mutant.
Yeah, I am a mutant. So,
there you go.
I think it's a great game. It is. The artwork and everything adds to the nostalgia that I feel playing this game.
Because I mean, we go back to the original movies.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I haven't even seen the new stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm like an original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
I saw
fan.
the new movie. It's good, but you
still like
because I grew up and watched the originals. Yeah, it's like you can't beat it for me.
How you gonna have fun with
But anyways, guys, so with that being said and all of our scores out, the overall average of that comes up to a 4.3. 4.3 out of 5 for us. We really enjoyed playing the game. It was fast.
It is.
I think when we get into the higher scenarios where you get Shredder and some of the elite leaders,
it's going to be longer games, and it's probably going to be a lot of
turtles falling down.
A lot of people sleeping on couches. Glad I live in a separate facility. So,
but yeah, 4.3. But as always, guys, support your local gaming. We support Discover Games, Fayetteville, Georgia, right next to Harbor Freight, across from the Pavilion in Fayetteville. As always, guys, game on.
Linda.
Game on.
That's what she said.
Really?